Okay, everybody, I have an extremely important revelation. This applies to everyone, but more so to those in Louisiana, and especially to those living in the New Orleans area. Now, your government there in New Orleans has set up its first coronavirus encampment. And they have set this up in what's called Bayou, Segnette. And this is also in the area of West Wego. Now let me explain to you or show you what's really going on so you can be more aware and avoid this at all costs. Pay attention to my other videos about being panicked, placed in a state of panic, and basically forced to take this vaccine through scare tactics. Now this name, which is Bayou Segnette, is a Cajun name, and this name, no one knows how this area was ever given its name. But I can tell you God gave this name because He is the Word, and He reveals all through the Word. This word, Segnette, is the Cajun word for signet. And I'm going to show you, just as stated in Isaiah 46, verse 9 and 10, He is the Word. And He will reveal all through the Word. This word, signet, means a sign and a little seal. And remember in my video, Pandemic, I showed what we were in the second seal. And this is, what this means is the difference of epidemic versus pandemic. This is a little seal. A pandemic is a worldwide. Epidemic is small. So there's your small seal. A sign. And you can find this on dictionary.com. And here's an understanding of epidemic. It's upon panic. And endemic means panic, terror, and the second seal or second horseman of the apocalypse, as I showed in my video, Pandemic. This is the red war horse of Aries. And I'll elaborate that on in just a second. But you need to check out my other video. But the name of this place, Bayou Segnette, shows it's signet. God is the Word and reveals all to take caution of. So, remember what I showed you about pandemic. You may need to go back and watch that video. It means all the people. Endemic is derived from demos, and demos is derived from Demas, God of terror. And Demas also means panic, the God of panic, God of war, and the second red war horse of Aries. And more importantly, or just as important, is the area that Bayou Segnette, this encampment, is placed in. A place called West Wego. Now look, and they can't figure out, no one knows how this was ever named. Look at what it says when it's broken down. West Wego. Now let me tell you the scriptures that point out this significance. This is it, and this goes back to what I was saying about Satan's spite. He wants to exalt himself above all that is God. look at Matthew chapter 2, verse 1 and 2, where it discusses, or go through Matthew chapter 2, verses 1 through 12, so you have a better understanding. It discusses that when Jesus was born, the wise men came from the east and went to the west to worship Jesus and see that Christ was born. And also, for further scriptural proof, go to Matthew chapter 24, verse 26, where it talks about when the coming of Jesus, that it will all be seen from the east to the west. So this is another, as I've pointed out in my other videos, this is Satan's spite and pride. So pay attention, people. Look at what's going on. God is revealing all through the Word this encampment from the epidemic God of terror and panic and war, second horseman, Bayou Segnette, the Segnette. And again, Segnette is a sign, a little seal. It's epidemic versus pandemic. And again, you can find this on dictionary.com. I'm revealing everything. And remember Isaiah 46, verse 10. From ancient times, he reveals all through the Word. So, y'all be aware. Pay attention. Avoid this at all cost. God bless.